There's always flashing in the air. But when you're walking down that street and you ain't had enough to eat, the glitter rubs right off and you're nowhere. They say the women redefine on Broadway. But looking at them just gives me the blues. 'Cause how you gonna make some time when all you got is one thing dime? One thing dime won't even shine your shoes. They say that I won't last too long on Broadway. I'll catch a Greyhound bus for home, they all say. But they're dead wrong, I know they are, 'cause I can play this here guitar. I won't quit till I'm a star on Broadway. I won't quit till I'm a star on Broadway. No, 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 no. I'm gonna get this down the star. Gonna do my can now.
Hey everybody, hey, and hey to all my bush people. I know it is late, Well, early, it depends on who you're asking. I'm trying not to talk too loud because my husband worked really hard today. Then he took me to get my seafood boil, and he has to go into work tomorrow. So he be 7 days straight working. So I am not going to be rude and talk real loud to wake him up. But I do have something I have to say. So remember earlier, y'all, I told y'all that even though our stupid attorney general gave the speech saying that they wasn't going to charge anybody, blah blah blah, and in a lot of that stuff, he said some things. But check this out. Some new, and I told y'all it wasn't over. I said, I have a feeling it's not over. I said, something's going to happen. Okay, so did y'all check out TMZ today? TMZ, and usually I don't follow TMZ, but every now and then TMZ, they hit one out the park, okay? So they had something on there. But I'm going to show y'all what I got. Hold on. Hold on. Get into it. And thank y'all for coming over, and thank my Bush Babes for watching. Hold on, peoples. I'm going to play it for you too. One moment. Check out the title. Y'all see the title? Okay, this was sent. Okay, here we go. Make sure you're listening. Turn your listening devices up. What is it? That's not one of ours. What's this address? Is anybody here dead? Oh, yes. Yeah. Wow, we're waiting. That's call. What's the address here? Hey, 3003 Springfield apartment. Black female in there was shot, and there's a black girl in the wall that shot at you. These are my rounds through those windows. No, we down 3 times. We have one, suspect 1015. Don't try that. Did y'all hear that? Wait a minute. My fault, boy, girl. Okay, so did y'all hear that? Did y'all see that? That was a video cam. Police video cam. Now I'm gonna find the other one. The other one TMZ put out. Now, how did TMZ get it? I have no idea. But TMZ got it. And on that one, uh the the SWAT team is telling the officer who shot in the house and stuff, get out of here, scram, because he was not supposed to be on the scene, in the house, walking around. And they kept trying to say, whose bullets is that? Is that their bullets? And he said, no, that's ours. That's mine. That's ours. Okay, because the narrative they try to mix in there is that, now y'all seen how short and stuff Brianna was. The narrative was Brianna, she, it's not funny. They said she shot at them with a rifle. I'm just gonna let y'all let that marinate. But y'all, you heard on that cam that I just showed y'all, was none of their bullets. It was all the police bullets. And then you heard that one officer said, I shot through the window. All my rounds is through the window. So y'all still don't think that they botched that report to get them police officers off? If they didn't, my name ain't Coco, and I swerfo. But it's all going to come out, though. I promise you it's all going to come out. Anytime the TV shows get it like that, that means something else is going to happen. And a whole lot of stuff is getting ready. A whole lot of stuff is unfolding. See, y'all don't know that because y'all don't live in the city. And y'all are y'all get whatever the news put out. And I keep telling y'all the news sometimes is slighted against us. And so let me see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 300. Evidently. I'm trying to find it because I want y'all to see that part of the footage too. And TMC said we have a problem here. Seem like we're gonna have a problem here because this footage shows, and it wasn't supposed to be no footage. See what I'm saying? So all of y'all, and here's the thing: people try to say she was a drug queen pin. First of all, no, she wasn't. And second of all, even if she was, did they give them the right to kill her the way that they killed her? What if it had been a baby in her laying on the bed? All of y'all saying something about Brianna, but what if it had been a baby? What if she had been holding her own baby and they came through like that? And I want to know what lie is it? Because first the cops admit that they did not knock. And then this cop just said, no, we're knocked 3 times. Then they said again, we did not knock. So which lie is it? I'm just saying. Is anybody paying attention to this? Hold on. I think I found it. Wait a minute. Because I saved it to myself because I knew I was coming on. But I started getting antsy and I think I scrolled too far. So let me see. Mm-hmm. When I tell y'all it's great hit the fan, it's great hit the fan. And y'all heard it here because I'm telling you, this will not be swept up under the rug. And that's what they want. They want to sweep up under the rug, and it's not gonna happen. And then, wait a minute, that's what I want to show y'all too. Hold on. Let me go to WDRB. WDRB is one of my news programs here. Hold on, let me go to WDRB. Now let me see how y'all like this right here. I'm gonna share the screen. Pay attention. Pay attention to what the title says too. Here we go. Did y'all see that? Ex LMPD chief initially told by commanders that Breonna Taylor fired rifle at officers. Y'all see that? They said she fired a rifle. They couldn't find no rifle, y'all. So what rifle did she fire? Did she write rifle on a piece of paper and then throw it at them? I'm just saying. It's good they coming up with all these what she did and they don't have no proof of it. They didn't even have no bullets. Are y'all looking at that? Yes, this is the police chief. That was the police chief when all this went down. Right here. Okay. And he has been fired. He was ready to retire within, I think he put in 25 years, almost 25 years, and he was getting ready to retire. And they fired him like days before his retirement. Okay. So let me see. Hold on. Okay. Now read this right here. Right here. It says he was also told that a man in the apartment at one point said the woman was in fact the shooter. Above that says, and she was the one directing the fire, at them, Conrad said in an interview with the department's public integrity unit on March 18th, 5 days after the shooting. So they was blaming her when she had no gun residue. Come on. Do y'all see what I'm saying? I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. That's it. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. Wait a minute. Now I'm gonna look for that other thing that I was finding. But y'all, when I tell y'all it's gonna go down like good gas going up, I promise you. I promise you it is. Okay, so wait a minute. Shh, hold on. Don't be so antsy. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So, okay, wait a minute, y'all. It takes it a minute to start.
Walk straight back or I'll send this dog on you. Walk back to my boy. Walk back or I'll send this dog. Walk back to me. Keep on walking. Walk now. Walk. Walk back to me. Watch out. Walk back to me now. Now. Take your hands in the air. Get down on your knees. Watch that, man. Get down on your knees.
He ain't even got no shoes, y'all. He's screaming about Brianna. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Pay attention.
I think it's casing right there. Sorry. Like you're all casings and they're casing. So, oh, that's their gun? Right here. Yeah, right there. That's theirs? No, it's ours. It looks like theirs is in there. Well, I'd back out until they get TIU in here. So.
He's not even supposed to be in there.
Isn't there any gas visible? We did not see any. Not too long ago.
Okay, I'm gonna play this again. I don't think y'all heard him when what he said. Let's play that one more again. Come on. Wake up, Shirley.
Sorry. Like you're all casings and they're casing. So, oh, that's their gun? Right here. Yeah, right there. That's theirs? No, it's ours. It looks like theirs is in there. Well, I'd back out until they get TIU in here. So. Isn't there any gas visible? We did not see any. Not too long ago.
And I quote, he asked the question, was any guns visible? And the cop said, we didn't see any. But then y'all saying that she shot first, that she had the gun, that she was telling him what to do. All of this, and she had no residue on her. There was no gun or rifle found by her. You admitted on camera that wasn't supposed to exist. First of all, let's just go there. The camera wasn't even supposed to exist, okay? No footage, they said. Okay. And y'all think this is over. No way in heck. No way in the Hello Kitty is this over. We are just scratching the surface. And I tell y'all, like I said at first, when it's all come a tumbling down, it's gonna come from top down. Do you hear me? Somebody botched this on purpose. Now I'm gonna show you what they said about uh the lieutenant governor. Um uh the attorney general. They said the attorney general botched it on purpose. Hey King, hey Anthony. Welcome over, sis. Thanks for coming. Oh, I'm glad you're here on this topic. This is good. Okay, y'all. So they said the attorney general botched this on purpose. I don't know. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say one way or the other. I know how I feel. But did y'all just see them? Did y'all just see that video clip? The one cop asked him, "Did y'all is this their shell casings?" The cop said, "No, those are ours." He then asked the cop again, "Did y'all see any gun? Was any gun visible?" The cop said, "No, we didn't see any. There was no gun visible." So where did they get telling the ex chief of police, because he was the chief of police at the time, that she had a rifle? How did they get that she had a rifle? And then y'all heard the one police officer said, "I shot rounds through the window." Y'all make it make sense. Now, it's a whole lot of theories out here. And one of the theories that came out, let me see. They may not know you're in here, Anthony. Wait a minute. See, okay, see, Anthony, I'm glad you're here. We right there together. You feel me? Okay, because this story got is is for this case to be swept under the rug and for it not to be as big as it was, as big as it is, rather. They didn't think this thing was going to go global. This case has went global, and they thought that after the verdict that they would settle people after the verdict, right? And after the verdict, that didn't do nothing but stir people up more across the globe again. This is not going to be swept under the rug. This is not going away. I'm going to tell you something else that the cops here are doing. I'm going to tell you something else that the cops here are doing. The cops here are doing, they provoking the protesters now. They're provoking them. They are making it one of our council members, her name is Atika Scott. She was peacefully protesting with everybody, and she went across to the street to get to the church for asylum, right? So like this church with this white priest and pastor has made it to where if the protesters uh, get over there, they're safe. Okay, so they was trying to cross the street. The cops pulled up and snatched her and her daughter and threw cuffs on them and took them to jail and said they was resisting arrest and everything. And she's your councilman. She just black. Now they trying to make felony charges stick on her. Y'all see how this thing is going? Do y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? Mm-mm-mm. So, wait a minute. Let me see what you're saying. And you know what, Anthony, you're right. Let me tell you something. That the department has been needing an overhaul. There was a video that I posted today of this police officer, and I remember him being a police officer, and he said that one of the police chiefs had sandbagged him. And the guy that was interviewing him said, "Huh?" He said, "Sandbagging is when a man squats over you and his balls hit your face." He said, "I was leaning down to tie my shoe or something." And his chief of police did that to him. And when he went to tell on them or whatever the case may be, they started making it hard for him. He couldn't transfer to another department. He was known as a snitch. And so he said, "Do you think that has something to do with the way that the LMPD is done? Do you think it has something to do with the way that Breonna Taylor was killed, or do you think it's an isolated situation?" And that cop said, "Louisville cops got a lot of bodies on them. All you got to do is research." Then this is from a cop, a man who used to be a cop. Yeah, I know. Uh huh. So now a cop is telling you, and I know firsthand that they can be nasty towards their own especially when you're African American. I told y'all my daddy used to be a cop, and my daddy was turning around troubled youth kids and stuff, and his commanding officer and somebody else got together to railroad him because they said that nigga got too much power because he was known, like known, and kids and even adults, they respected him. And so what they did was they set my daddy up. um See, I'll show you. I'm gonna put it back on here what they said. I don't know if you was here, but wait a minute. But yeah, so anyway, they framed my dad, and they called my dad and said, "We gonna come in and get you," because my dad he was a bad man. I'm telling y'all, he could wipe out. He was a bad man. So they actually had to call him and tell him that they was coming to get him, so he wouldn't do his martial arts and ninja stuff on them and wipe them out. So he was like, "Okay, man, I'm gonna have to pull that footage up so y'all can see." Check this out, Anthony. They said she fired a rifle at the officers. Okay? Scroll down. Hold on. Look at this part right here. It says he was also told that a man in the apartment at one point said the woman was in fact the shooter. Up here it says, and she was the one directing the fire. At them, Conrad said in an interview with the department's public integrity unit on March the 18th, 5 days after the shooting. You lied. You lied. I don't know if you heard, I don't know if you saw that, I heard it, but I had a video that just proved that they was questioning, hold on, shoot, receipts is better than anything. Hold on, we're going to do this again. Hold on. For those of y'all that's in my bushes that didn't get a chance to see it, I'm going to play it again for you. Here's the first one.
Here in Nature's Bakery, we found the perfect place for thinking up a brand new way of baking up ingredients it takes to make your everyday amazing. Real fruit, whole grains, a soft baked double take. When nature is your bakery, then naturally you bake it with a smile. It's better when you bake it with a smile.
I have no idea where that music is coming from. Wait a minute.
It's better when you bake it with a smile.
I have no idea where that music came from, y'all. I'm serious. Well, anyway, hold on. Oh, let me play this. Okay, here we go.
Walk straight back or I'll send this dog on you. Walk back to my voice. Walk back or I'll send this dog. Walk back to me!
I started over.
Walk now! Walk! Walk back to me! Watch out! Walk back to me now! Walk straight back or I'll send this dog on you! Walk back to my boy! Walk back or I'll send this dog! Walk back to me! Keep on walking! Walk now! Walk! Walk back to me! Watch out! Walk back to me now! Now! Take your hands in the air, get down on your knees! Watch that, man! Get down on your knees! Don't look back. Don't look back. Put your hands on your head. I'm looking at
it. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to play the other one. Hold on.
So I think it's casing here. Sorry. Like you're all stations and they're casing. So that's there down. Right here. Yeah, right there.
Wait a minute, I'm starting over.
Theirs? No, it's ours. It looks like theirs is in there. But I'd back out until they get PIU in here. So. Casing that there and guys visible. So I think it's casing here. Sorry. Like you're all stations and they're casing. So I think it's casing here. Sorry. Like you're all stations and they're casing. So that's there down. Right here.
See?
Yeah, right there. That's theirs? No, it's ours. It looks like theirs is in there. But I'd back out until they get PIU in here. So. Casing that there and guys visible. We did not see anything. Take you long enough.
They didn't see anything. I'm going to let it play one more time. Listen. One moment.
Howdy, folks. I've fried darn near everything there is to fry. What's left to fry? Fries. Look at them go. Try KFC's crispiest, tastiest secret recipe fries ever fried in my new tenders meal for just $5.49. Now I've fried everything. KFC, we got fries now.
In the early morning hours of March 13th, officers from LMPD executed a search warrant at 3003 Springfield Drive, Apartment 4. This was Miss Breonna Taylor's residence. The officers were advised by superiors to knock and announce their presence in serving this specific search warrant. The scope of our investigation did not include the obtainment of that warrant by LMPD's Criminal Interdiction Division.
Anthony?
Federal law enforcement partners are conducting that investigation. Sergeant Mattingly and Detectives Cosgrove and Hankinson had no known involvement in the preceding investigation or payment of the search warrant. They were called into duty as extra personnel to effectuate the service of the search warrant. They only had information conveyed to them during their prior briefing. Evidence shows that officers both knocked and announced their presence at the apartment.
Evidence.
The officer statements.
They lying. Evidence showed. Which one was it? Come on, Stu.
About their announcement are corroborated by.
That ain't me, it's TMZ.
An independent witness who was near in proximity to apartment 4. In other words, the warrant was not served.
Come on, boo. We ain't got time for this.
As a no-knock warrant. Mr. Walker admitted that he fired one shot and was the first to shoot. In addition to all the testimony, the ballistics report shows that the round that struck Sergeant Mattingly was fired from a 9mm handgun. The LMPD officers fired 40 caliber handguns. Sergeant Mattingly returned fire down the hallway. Mattingly fired 6 shots. Almost simultaneously, Detective Cosgrove, also in the doorway, shot 16 times. This all took place in a matter of seconds. In total, 6 bullets struck Miss Taylor. Medical evidence obtained by our team indicates that only 1 shot was fatal. Further medical evidence shows that Miss Taylor would have died from the fatal shot within a few seconds.
Would have died.
2 minutes after being struck.
But who killed her and why ain't they charged?
Detective Hankinson fired his weapon 10 times, including from a outside sliding glass door and through a to apartment 3 before some exited that apartment. At the time, 3 residents of apartment 3 were at home, including a male, a pregnant female, and a child. There is no conclusive evidence that any bullets fired from Detective Hankinson's weapon struck Ms. Taylor. The KSP ballistics analysis did not identify which of the 3 officers fired the fatal shot. After receiving that information, I asked the FBI crime lab to conduct its own analysis to see if they reached the same results. The FBI ballistics analysis concluded the fatal shot was fired by Detective Cosgrove.
Okay, so we do have who the fatal shot was fired by, but he's not going to be charged with murder. Make that make sense. Okay. Anthony, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. I keep telling everybody, I know what the black man right there just said, the attorney general. But I'm telling y'all, this ain't over. This is great to open up a whole new can. This is great to see why somebody hid, what's that, exculpatory evidence, if I'm saying it right. Something was botched, something wasn't right, somebody hid something. And then, like I said to y'all earlier today, our governor wants the evidence and he wants stuff released. The attorney general disregarded what the governor said. And the governor is demanding now to get the evidence. This is great. This is going to be something discovered because it's already unraveling little by little. Like I said, I don't know how TMZ got that footage, but however they got it, it wasn't supposed to be no footage. And how my source got the other footage, I don't know how he got it because it wasn't supposed to be no footage, but everybody got footage. Everybody got footage, but it wasn't supposed to be no footage. Well, I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm telling you, watch. I'm going to let you see this one video. Hold on. Is this the one? No, it's not the one. Hold on. It's some stinking suburbia. I promise you. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go.
What's this address? Is anybody here dead? Yes. Wow, wait. Call me. What's the address here?
Hey, 3003 Springfield apartment.
Wait a minute. I'm going to start it over.
What is it? address. Is anybody here dead?
Oh,
What's the address here?
3003 Springfield, apartment.
Black female in there was shot, and there's a black girl in the long gun that shot These are my rounds through this window. No, we down 3 times.
We have one, so it's like 10, 15.
Don't try that.
Y'all see that? He said, I shot my rounds through the window. Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Make it make sense. So, that's it. I don't get it, but I wanted to come back and give y'all an update. I'm telling y'all now. This, y'all, I hate to say this, but when it's all said and done, heads are going to fall from the top to the bottom. This has been such a case that was handled so wrongly that it's like we need the color by numbers book. Like number 1 is blue, number 2 is red, number 3. We need the color by number book to show people how to do their job. They didn't really care. Like I said, they didn't think it was going to get this much attention. This happened in March 13th, I believe, 2020. And it just started getting steam around what, May? I'm so serious. So what y'all think? Yes. And the thing about it is, Anthony, supposedly, okay, this is what was told. There's an interview that our mayor did. They asked the mayor, was there body cams? The mayor said no. Yeah, and that's one thing. That's one thing I can say, honestly, is that our governor, he's a stand-up kind of guy. He is. I'm mad that he's trying to make everybody wear masks. That's just my own personal thing. Don't at me. But he's a stand-up kind of guy. Like, for real. He's like the real kind. His dad used to be our mayor. His dad used to be our governor some years back. And so now he's our governor. And him and this attorney general don't get along. One, the attorney general is a Republican, and he's Mitch McConnell's right man. Okay? And Bashir is white, but he's a Democrat, and he's for the right. He's for the poor. Like, he just signed a bill that the African Americans in the West End would get health care regardless because we need it. Yeah, it's too many lies in this case. I have been talking about it. Yeah, it's too many lies in this case. You're absolutely right. That's what I said. That's why I told everybody this ain't over. This is by no means is this over. We ain't even got started yet. But see, supposedly, first it was a lie that said they went to the post office. And the postmaster told them that drugs was being smuggled from the post office to their house, to a house that her ex-boyfriend had. Okay, so when they went and questioned the postmaster, he said, I didn't tell him no such thing. We have no evidence that any drugs was going. So, okay, you lied there. Okay, you lied there to get the warrant. Supposedly, they was watching him go back and forth. You lied there. All of this is built on lies. This girl lost her life because of lies. And then they're going through that area gentrification. They're going through gentrifying the neighborhood. So they snatching houses and land and stuff like if they gangs. Kid you not. And the mayor's name is on some of that documentation. So the FBI has been doing an investigation on our mayor. And that is tied in with her death. The news even uncovered that. Crazy. Crazy. There was a reason they gave that woman $12 million. She got $12 million for Breonna's death. Her mother got $12 million. What's the going rate for a black life? And like she said, okay, thank you, but I still want justice. See, everybody thought when she took that money that's what she wants. No, she still wanted justice. She still protests. She still do everything. I want to show y'all something else. This is crazy though, y'all. When I tell y'all, here we go. Wait a minute. She did an interview, and this interview was awesome. Wait a minute. And I'm going to tell y'all this. Whoever still subscribed to Charles Barkley, please delete me as your friend. And I mean that. Please delete me as your friend. I've never re-signed Charles Barkley because I've never liked him. But for his comment, please delete me. And thank you for your support. So, Wait a minute, y'all. Whew. And then I'm going to take my little happy-go-lucky self in there and roll up under my husband. Let me see. Y'all. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Hold on. First, I want to share the screen. Hold on. Here we go. Wait a minute. I was trying to get her speech. She made a speech that honey who? Hold on. They may not have picked it up because it's turned against the police and turned against the attorney general. Wait a minute. Oh well. Okay, y'all see that man? It's a white man. Y'all see him right here? That's Sam Aguiar. That's the attorney. One heck of an attorney. Do you hear me? That's the one. That white man has been on the case from the get-go. Right here. That's a good man. He was raised in the hood with us. So he's not one of them. He's one of us. All the way to silver super necklace. Doesn't mean that they don't have evidence of anything, period. No gun, no shots. Okay. Okay. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. Supposedly, um, Kenneth Walker, her boyfriend, supposedly he shot one of the cops, right? And the attorney said if he shot a cop, even in his leg, where the cop was, there was no blood. All the way to the cop car, there was no blood. So if he shot him, where was the blood? Come on in here. That's what I want to know too. You're not gonna get shot, especially in your leg, and you said it almost nicked your main artery. It could have killed you. That's why he had attempted murder. Where was the blood? Well, I think personally, I think that one of the reckless cops that was just shooting all crazy and all that and stuff, like they said, I think one of them shot him. I said it. I do. I think one of them shot him. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find this video real quick, y'all, so we can get off of here. But it is so much stuff that it's so much lying and stuff going on, y'all. It's really sickening to know that at any time, at any moment, you know, they can do that, and most likely they won't be brought up on any charges because Black lives are not worth anything. And then the next time somebody asks me why do we keep saying Black Lives Matter, I'm gonna tell them I'm just gonna say it like this: Breonna Taylor, and just keep on walking. That's my answer from now on. Why is it Breonna Taylor? Nothing else needs to be said. Nothing else. That's why Colin Kaepernick, and I know I missaid his name, but that's why he took a knee. That's exactly why he took a knee. You know, so and then y'all, it's white vans rolling around snatching protesters. Y'all, it is getting real. Yep, it's real here in Louisville. White vans is rolling around snatching up protesters. Oh, did y'all see this? Did I show y'all this today? Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Read this. What y'all think about this? Did y'all see that he changed his story? Let me show it again. The only witness who heard police announce themselves at Breonna Taylor's door changed his story. Aaron Spurpey initially told investigators that he didn't hear police say who they were before ramming through Taylor's door. 2 months later, he drastically changed his recollection. Now, why do y'all think he changed? Okay, so I'm not going to play all of this because this belongs to somebody else. Let me see. Wait a minute.
Everybody over here, we're about to leave in a second.
Wait a minute.
Can't stop the revolution!
You can't stop
It's been more than 4 months since Breonna Taylor was killed by police.
Everybody over here, we're about to leave in a second.
Wait a minute.
You just said we were not in the bed. We were scared.
The Attorney General's
Okay,
office.
now listen. They talking to Kenneth Walker.
One of the
Listen.
first videos to emerge from that night was taken by Naya, who lives upstairs. She started filming as police were ordering Taylor's boyfriend, Kenny Walker, out of the apartment.
Turn around and face away. Give me one patrolman if you like it.
You can hear Kenny.
He was probably not traumatized.
Keep walking back.
Wait a minute.
Walk down. Go back to the school unless you want to get arrested.
They coming violent.
Do me update.
They got batons. They gonna beat my black hair.
In all, 87 protesters sat on Attorney General Daniel Cameron's lawn and were arrested one by one. One of the defining features of Breonna Taylor's case is how little
They said on the line that he hadn't even moved in yet. He didn't even live there. It was his house. He hadn't even moved in yet. And they said on the line and he had them arrested. Carry on.
information has been shared with the public. There's still only a minimal understanding of what even was taken by Naya, who lives upstairs. She started filming as police were ordering Taylor's boyfriend, Kenny Walker, out of the apartment.
Turn around and face away. Give me one patrolman if you like it.
You heard him? That's
You can hear
Kenneth.
Kenny.
He was probably not traumatized.
He's crying.
Walk down.
It seems like he's following what they're saying, following their orders.
He was. He got on his knees and everything.
Look at all the police out there.
How many police would you say, if you had to guess, were outside?
At least 20. And including the SWAT and stuff, it was a lot.
Naya wasn't the only neighbor who caught a glimpse of the commotion outside. Only 3 officers, Brett Hankerson, Jonathan Mattingly, and Miles Cosgrove, had been identified in connection with the shooting. But previously unseen cell phone footage obtained by Vice News shows as many as 24 officers on scene shortly after the raid, including several in uniform, who, according to LMPD policy, should be wearing a body camera.
What is it about? We got fired shots. You just said we were not in the bed. We were scared. No, we didn't know who it was.
But it's not just that there were more police there after. There were also at least 4 more officers present during the raid, according to Detective Mattingly's own testimony.
Did y'all hear him say we was in the bed, we was scared, we didn't know who was shooting? He at first you could hear him hollering, "Baby, oh my goodness, Breonna." He's okay. Here we go. I'm done. I'm done after this, y'all.
Shows as many as 24 officers on
Listen.
scene shortly after the raid, including several in uniform, who, according to LMPD policy, should be wearing a body camera.
What is it about? We got fired shots. You just said we were not in the bed. We were scared. No, we didn't know who it was.
But it's not just that there were more police there after. There were also at least 4 more officers present during the raid, according to Detective Mattingly's own testimony.
I scooted back, and I think at that time Miles slid up. I know Tony was behind me. Mike was to the right of the door with the ram. It was Brett, Hoover, and Campbell had come up around the corner at that point by the stairs.
So far, LMPD has never acknowledged whether any of those other officers were wearing body cameras. They barely even acknowledged that they were there. Mattingly claims he and the other officers announced themselves. But so far, nobody else has corroborated that.
Did you hear the police announce themselves?
No, they didn't say police or nothing, because if I would have knew it was the police, my mama, she would have never called the police from the jump. I heard come out and I heard shots. So my mama, she runs in the room. She's like, "Oh my God, they shooting, get down, get down." So she's calling the police.
911 operator guide, where is your emergency?
Please get a police out here. They are shooting bad.
Okay, how many shots did you hear?
Man, they just shot about 7 or 8 times. They right here in front of my fucking house. And I got my grandbaby and my kids in here.
I'm hearing them say reload. Bop, 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 bop. They finally cut the lights on to let us know it was the police. So I'm like, Mama, the police is out here. So she hangs up with them. The police came all wrong. They came with undercover clothes, undercover cars. They didn't announce themselves or none of that. They did it heartless. They didn't care.
Has anyone come in and talked to you from the police department, from the city, to get your version of what you heard, what happened?
The FBI is the only people that came up here and actually talked to me. But the police, they haven't came and interviewed me or nothing. So it's just sad. Now that I just think about it, it's just sad. Like, she should still be alive right now. She should.
Y'all hear that?
Half a dozen other nearby neighbors told us they also had never been contacted by the agency.
Now, how y'all do all that? How y'all do all that? Y'all didn't go and do no interviews with none of the neighbors. How do you do that? How do you conduct an investigation and you didn't interview none of the neighbors at that time to see if they heard any noise to let you know that there was the police? That's a bunch of bull, y'all. Okay, I'm almost done.
Or LMPD for questioning. In response to a request for comment, the AG's office said the allegations were unequivocally false, but refused to provide any clarification beyond that. LMPD simply never responded. In response to the lack of transparency and accountability, David James, a former LMPD officer who now serves as the president
He's
of
good.
the city
We want him to
council,
be the mayor.
has proposed several changes to how the department responds to these kinds of incidents. And he's already been met with pushback in meetings with the police department.
We're doing virtual meetings right now. And that is my least favorite kind of meeting.
We've got several special guests.
Okay, this black man, y'all, that was just talking right there, that's who we want to be the mayor. He is always on the scene. He's always fighting for people. He's a good guy. He don't take up a police, and he used to be one. That's who we want to be the mayor, for real. So, but I'm going to fast forward because I just want y'all to hear what this police officer said when he was interviewed. Listen to this. And I'll share this video. Thanks to the person who did this video. Thanks for letting me share.
Richard Gibbs has worked for 6 police departments in his career and says nothing came close to the unchecked misconduct he witnessed within LMPD.
And this is what happens on the police
from the department
department.
in 2015.
Listen.
I don't even feel good like I used to feel about being a police officer.
Did you witness police abusing their power on the force?
Yes, I have. And the biggest one is use of force, putting your hands on somebody when you don't have to. I've even seen situations where I went to do a narcotic search and the guy's telling me that is not mine. They put that there. Little bag of dope, some crack.
Do you believe that person?
Yes, I do, because there is situations where that's done.
But that's a crazy thing you just said. You just said that you're a former police officer, that is something that's done.
Yes, dropping dope. They call it dropping dope.
Who's they?
Police officers. Teabagging is when you squat over a person's face and either put your genitals close or on them. And this particular lieutenant did this, and it was a joke. It was a laughing joke throughout the department. And nothing was really done to him, taking someone's dignity, squatting in their face.
This is to someone who is arrested, like in handcuffs on the floor, or
yes,
detained?
This is someone who's arrested.
And what were the other officers doing?
Just like with Floyd, standing around looking.
Why do you think more officers, current officers, are not speaking out?
They're scared. They're scared, and they've been brainwashed to think that you just don't do that. I never felt comfortable or even at ease of going to like the chief and say, hey, chief, there's some racism or some unfairness going on. Look into it. No.
Did you witness retaliation in the department?
I was pulled into an internal affairs investigation where an officer used excessive force. When I told the truth, the colonel kept asking me, is that the truth? Like, is there another scenario that you want to give? And I picked up on it right away, that she was trying to get me to change my story. Well, this guy that was, alleged to do this got promoted. And that's what I've seen the police department do. When these people do things that are against policy, they're promoted.
What happened to you after you tried to tell what happened?
Just basically ostracized. For instance, if I wanted to try to get on another special unit, the door was shut. Blackballed.
Do you think that Breonna Taylor's case is an isolated example?
No, it's not isolated. If you dig in LMPD's history, they got a long history of shooting people. This city has buried a lot of bodies. There's a lot of skeletons.
Did y'all hear that? That's what I wanted to get to. That's what I was trying to get to. Did y'all hear what he said? And he's an ex-police officer. He said, if you dig, this city has buried a lot of people. It has a lot of bodies. This is nothing new. So when I tell y'all the stuff done hit the fan, this will never be able to be swept up under the rug. And that's what they want this to do. They want it to go away. It's not going to go away. I'm sorry. It's not. So, oh, God, I just wanted y'all to hear that and see that. It's just messed up. It's just messed up. Seriously, somebody will pay for this. And I know everybody said, no, it's over. No, it's not. No, it's not. Anytime TMZ gets something, anytime these protesters are still going, not just here, but across the United States. Something's going to happen. And I had other updates I'm going to do, but this done took so much. And I want y'all to see the messed up stuff that's going on. And the update, like the videos I showed y'all of the updates, when they claimed there was no body cam, I just proved to y'all that there was body cams. Yeah, that's what I said. My dad used to be a cop, and I know how they railroaded him for him to lose his job. And then when they did the retraction on him, and they found out what happened about the commanding officer and somebody else in the police department, how they set him up, they did an itty bitty retraction, girl, on the back of the newspaper. When at first he was plastered all over the newspaper. Then they did it when it was time for them to admit what they did. They did an itty bitty retraction and told him if he can pass the physical, he can get back in. Well, of course, he had a situation going on. He wasn't going to pass the physical. They knew what they was doing. They tried to smear his name to take away his credibility. So, yeah, I know. But y'all, I'm telling y'all that know the power of prayer. Pray about this situation that this keeps going until something is done. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, it's stinking around about the top, and it's gonna filter all the way down. Somehow, some way, this is tied into something, and it's bigger than just one thing that we know. That girl lost her life. I don't think she was supposed to lose her life. I don't. But I do, like I said, it's going around here in Kentucky that they were going to try to rob them if they did have dope. They was going to rob them for their dope and give it to their dope men. I don't know. I can't say. Let me see. Well, some other things have happened. Other people was, it's been, I think, a man and a woman or something like that was shot by the cops. That wasn't, that was unjust or something. And people been, talking about that. But this is still taking prep because people can't believe that you can be in your bed and get shot by the cops and nobody paid. This is big. This right here got something else on it. And I'm daring to say God ain't gonna let this get swept up under the rug. It's time. It's time for all this to come up. It's time. So I'm like, Lord, but I'm kind of glad that this city, because like I said, I grew up in Louisville. I live on the outskirts now, but I'm glad that the city is getting exposure for being corrupt. I really am. It's about time. I have a cousin who was on LMPD, and he said it was so corrupt. He left and he got hired on by another police department, and now he's a detective. But he was like, he couldn't see some now. So they running out all the good people because they want to keep the bad ones. So they running out all the good ones. So, I was going to ask Anthony a question, but I think he had to go. He disappeared. But this is crazy. Y'all, this is crazy. Yes, ma'am. And you know what, Quiet Storm, it's supposed to. If we keep our eyes closed behind this right here, then something's wrong with us. You're supposed to open up our eyes. So, whew, that's pitiful. I mean, you can't. It's like you can't live where you want to live for real in some instances because unless it's around your own people, because the other people don't want you. Then you can't go to the cops for nothing because they kill you. It's like black people are like, where do we belong? We just want peace. We just want equality, and we want peace. That's it. So all right, y'all. I am out of here because I'll keep talking and I'll come back later for the other updates I had. But this right here, it already took an hour and something. So thank y'all for coming over. And I keep telling y'all, stay tuned. It's not over with yet. Like I said, I didn't know I was coming back tonight with another update, but I did. TMZ is exposing it now. And like I said, I still don't know how they got the footage that they got. And then my source, I don't know how my source got that footage, but whatever, it's out here now. So justice, not only for my daughter Jasmine, but justice for Brianna. Smooches. Oh, and my birthday is Tuesday. Don't y'all forget. Coco birthday Tuesday.